Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron. If you haven't been here before, welcome. And if you have been here before, welcome back. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the Arrow announcements. We are going to be looking at a lot of different stuff. Hey there, Fuzz Aldrin. Welcome, man. Hey there, Ice. First two comments right at the gate. Thank you. If you have not been here before, or if you have not been on YouTube before, William, welcome. Then congratulations. It is I, the king of YouTube. No. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Hey there, Dave. We got a lot of stuff to look at. So if you were thinking that the one thing missing in your life was a slasher film about a giant teddy bear mascot, then man, have I got some good news for you. Also, not gonna lie, really like my thumbnail for tonight. Hey there, George. Welcome, dude. Hey, Nate. Welcome, man. We are going to be looking at the Arrow announcements. We're going to look at some other announcements as well, but the Arrow ones were kind of the first on the docket tonight. Yo, Shane, welcome. And welcome to the live show. So the way this works is I'll lose my voice early on. So no, I got some French vanilla coffee here because there's some ASMR for you, because I want to keep my voice while I'm doing this. And what is it that Philip DeFranco would say? Right, let's dive right into this. Okay, let's do that. Let's throw some Philly D in there. But there's not just Arrow video announcements. There's actually an Arrow video sale. Hey there, Jay. Welcome, man. Why the heck would this be helpful for review? Hey there, John. John, I forgot to tag you. I'm sorry, my man. Watching extras on Alligator. I'm so jealous, man. I almost bought Alligator, but unfortunately, finances put that kibosh on that, and I will be getting it later on. Lots of new stuff from Vinegar Syndrome, man. Parton Labels on Tuesday. We will be doing a video on that, by the way. There's Japanese. Actually, that's what I'm going to talk about today. Like I said, there wasn't just announcements. There is a big sale. And we'll start with the big sale, and we'll go into the announcements afterwards. And you know why? Here's why. My God, I'm doing a whole lot of callbacks here today. A whole lot of callbacks. So there is a 2 days. Hey there, Crow Bro. There is a two-page sale on some Japanese films here. So we're going to look at some of these. I'm going to give you some recommendations here, and I'm going to ask my cousin, who, if he's seen any of these films. If my kids were here, they would have seen most of these films. Some of them I would be a little bit disturbed about them seeing, but that's okay. They're adults. But we have some really cool little films here, especially if you're a fan of Japanese cinema. Roger, are you a fan of Japanese cinema?
I don't know much about it.
All right, so I'm gonna throw some stuff out there. I'm gonna throw some stuff at the wall to see what sticks. Kind of how I make spaghetti. See, that's how I used to make spaghetti. When I was in college, I used to do that. Like, I didn't have it timed. Like, back then, it was like time for 7 minutes. That's what I do now. I got a phone. I do that. But back when I was in college, it was like, is this spaghetti ready? I'm going to throw it at my wall. A lot of cleaning in my first apartment in college. All right. So first off is a double feature, a cool one too. Hey there, Couch House. Welcome, man. It is The Invisible Man Appears, The Invisible Man versus the Human Fly. How can you not want that and kind of love where that's going? The Invisible Man Appears, which kind of a different thing for an Invisible Man to do. I guess he's got to eventually appear. And Invisible Man versus the Human Fly. So that is a double feature. I got to look at this. We got to look at this one. We really do. So it's £8, which is actually pretty good. And you can, on this sale here, it looks like you can actually earn like reward points, which is kind of cool because on a lot of Arrow video sales, when you go to the sales and you're buying sale things, you know what's happening? You don't earn these reward points. But now it looks like we can. Hopefully this is something that stays, it keeps going. And we start off here with a very cool cover. I really like this one. Battle Royale. I love Battle Royale, man. 840s FX before the studio's Gamera films. Yeah. And I'm a huge Gamera fan. So product overview right quickly. Let's see if we're feature-wise, what do we got here? Transparent Hair is a newly filmed interview with critic and genre scholar Kim Newman, so you know that's going to be good. Factor trailers for The Invisible Man appears. Image galleries, reversible sleeves, so not a lot of features, but just enough. Hey there, Ryan. Welcome, man. Hope your week is going fantastic there, too. And hey, they're flickering. We are looking at, and I'm sure you've looked at this, Ryan, the sale, the Japanese cinema sale on Arrow Video. Hey there, Neil. We got Giants and Toys. There's a couple ways this can go, but I'm going to guess this is not as pervy as my mind is. So Giants and Toys, again, I love this. So we got like, what do we see got here? Yeah, you can earn like reward points. Wait a minute, let's just see. There's a okay, artwork subject change. I don't care for that. Hey there, Alan. Hey, Dustin, welcome, man. There's going to be a ton of stuff on here, guys. So I'm just not going to go through everything because it's going to be too crazy. We got Shogun's Joys of Torture. I'm sure it's a family film. Now, I'm a Japanese film fan right now, but I am not as much of a Japanese film fan as my kids who know all about Japanese and Korean films. Not only that, they've been learning the languages. Something that this guy can barely learn English, let alone any other language. We got Burst City here, and looking kind of cool. Warning from Space. I remember this one from when I was a kid. So that's definitely kind of a cool one. We got Inferno of Torture. Again, a date film. Yakuza Law. Black Society Trilogy is here, so that's actually kind of cool. Cops versus Robbers. Hiroshima. Go to Hell Bastards, which is Detective Bureau 2 and 3. The Human Condition. The Ring Collection. I can definitely recommend this one. I love the Ring films. And if Eric was here, the Asian movie enthusiast, then he would definitely recommend, I'm pretty sure, and so would my good friend Flip, Otaku, would recommend Graveyards of Honor. And then they would completely give it to me as one of these as a birthday gift. No, they won't. We got Street Monster, New Battles with Honor and Humanity. I've got the original, but I do not have the new ones. I did like the original, though. We got Yoshida. You can buy the ring on its own if you don't want to get the whole collection. But be honest with you guys, get the collection. Street Monster is amazing. It is an amazing cruise film. That is actually one I've seen. Doberman Cop's actually a lot of fun. Orgies of Ito. Recommend any of these, by the way, guys. Just like Ragman just did there. If you're seeing a film here and I'm not going in to it enough, I'm not recommending it. George recommended Go to Hell. Then please do so. Because there may be a film that I haven't seen. I'm just going over the titles, and you're like, you know what? People should be grabbing this movie. People should know a bit more about this film. Now we're at the sold out stuff. I would recommend some of these sold out ones. I would definitely recommend, if it comes back in stock, The Happiness of the Katakaras, which is an insane film by Takeshi Mikai. And hope I said that right. Hey there, Justin. I like the old ones. My kids feel the same way as you do, though, Justin. They'll take the beat katana ones over a lot of the older stuff. Battles with Honor and Humanity, I really do love. Unfortunately, that one sold out. Black Teskar, The Black Report. Blind Woman's Curse also sold out. We know why it sold out, because it's a really good one. And of course, Dark Water is sold out. But we're not just here to look at the stuff that's sold out or looking at the Japanese sale, but we'll look at all this stuff. We're here to look at announcements, to talk about the stuff that's coming out, the really kind of cool stuff. And there's a bunch of it. There truly is like a bunch of this stuff. Shujin Suzuki has an interesting story as a director. Do I have that set? I don't think I do have that set. New Battles, or Graveyards? Well, Battles is sold out. So Graveyards is probably the most accessible. The Battles of Honor and Humanity were based on a series of newspaper articles that McKay. Thank you, Maddie. You're right, by the way, and I totally get it wrong all the time, but I'm okay. I'm beginning to think that I don't know. Good question, Ragman. Is the same sale going on the American website? If it is, we'll check it out after. I'm getting used to the fact that I'm going to pronounce things wrong, and that's part of my channel's personality. It's what makes me good. All right, so we got a lot of stuff here to look at. Let us dive into some of the stuff. I should have just went to your site disconnected because you got like the whole thing on there. All these websites of sale going on now. Just click the sale button at the top of the page. I'll check that out afterwards too. All right, so we don't have to go back all the way to February 25th. That's yesterday. All the way back to yesterday. Oh my God, can we really do that? You can see the Japanese sale was announced there. Some new announcements are coming. Look at their edition of Phenomenon. Wild Things 4K. I love Wild Things, George. That's one of my favorites. I was actually talking, Morgan, welcome. Did you get into the Japanese stuff? I didn't because I'm poor right now. But there's some cool stuff there. But we got some good announcements to look at. Wild Things is not a single film. It's not a double feature. It's not a trilogy. It's a quadrilogy. So there are 4 Wild Things films. I think most of them are straight to video. But in all seriousness, I kind of like them all. I do. They're very formulaic in their plot, and I'm so down for that. Like as a guy that grew up, but not grew up as an adult, I'm kind of the 90s, early 2000s era of like erotic thrillers. If anything had like Shannon Tweed, Shannon Worry, or Andrew Stevens in it, I pretty much was gravitating towards that. I'm all about this stuff. The moments I think the air's giving me the same set with the change in currency that they merged the US and UK. Did they really? I did not know if they have. All right, so let's look at some of the stuff that we know is coming out there. We got the One Arm Boxer is already up for pre-order, which again my better half is going to love because again she still lusts after the Shadow Scope box set. That's eventually we'll get her that one. That's her favorite. Let's look at the first new announcement right away. Let's look at Candyman. Don't say it 3 times, guys, because you know what? It's pretty scary. Hey there, Twister. Welcome, man. So this is their set for Candyman. It's a 4K. We got a 4K coming out for Candyman. Nice. And Jimmy Wang Yu, very cool films, actually. We have very little here with Wang Yu. I think we've got Man from Hong Kong. That's probably it. And was he in Pieces? Jimmy Wang Yu. There's there's a part in Pieces where like randomly the guy comes up and he's like, "Oh, this is my Asian martial arts instructor." It makes no sense, but I love that film. Pieces, by the way, guys. If you want to know a bit about me, I love me some Pieces. I really do. I can watch that movie anytime, day or night. Candyman's a great little one. Looks like we got some art cards here, some lobby cards. We got a booklet, got a nice 4K disc, and a nice poster and a book that you know you're gonna love because it's Candyman. It's Tony Todd. No, this is the original, not the Blumhouse one. But the Blumhouse one is really good. My oldest Mimi, she loved the new Candyman, and I always go by her opinion when it comes to things. To be bluntly honest with you, how was it? How was Wang Yu? I gotta ask you because I always hear stuff about like Wang Yu being like not exactly the nicest. Arrow second sight. We'll get the second sight after Nate, but like there's some cool stuff, man. Clive Barker interview, the specific to the Candyman limited edition Arrow Blu-ray is on the 4K. It should be actually. Heather Buckley, yes, that should be excellent. So we're up next. We've got Enter the Void. So let's go right to this one and see what we got. So this looks sexy. Let's dive in here. Again, we got a candy colored, beautiful looking set that this is. Oh, just the film. Okay, I thought you meant him in the town. I was going to say, man, that'd be pretty awesome, Twisted. So what do we got on here? Maybe we can check the Candyman one after too. By the way, are the features up there yet? There's a brand new visual essay with Alexandra Heller Nicholas. I'm gonna like that. Brand new video interview with topographer, designer, and long-term Gasparino collaborator Tom Kahn. 8 deleted scenes, archival making of special featurettes, archival vortex featurette, archival DMT loop featurette, French and international trailers, 8 teaser trailers, 3 unused trailers, limited edition packaging, illustrated booklet, folded double-sided poster with 2 choices of artwork. That's usually what double-sided means. Unless it's like double-sided and there's a big like finger on the other side of it. Then they're screwing with you. 6 double-sided postcards, size art cards. Heather Strange, and welcome, Matt. See, I love the new. See, my kid loves it. I love it because we kind of have the same taste. Gasparino, Nate, is one of those guys, and I'm going to be bluntly honest with you. You're either going to like the movie that he does, or you're going to like absolutely hate it. There's never like an on the fence with that guy. Same with a lot of these guys. Like you're either going to love it, you're going to hate it. That's the thing. But that's not a bad thing. We got Luxatima here, and that's the Zavi edition of it. Let's go to the Arrow edition. No, I do like Zavi. I'm going to say people like rag on Zavi a lot, but I got some good stuff from Zavi, and I'll tell you right now, comes in quickly. Anybody here use Zavi? I use Zavi quite a bit now because I'm an omnibus collector, and they have some good stuff, like really good stuff, and they have a lot of good graphic novels. Lux Eterna. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think I've seen this film. Tri-Connection. Well, Tri-Connections overall would be pretty scary. Imagine Tony Todd being a nice guy, actually. I've never met Tony Todd. I would love to meet him Twisted. So what we got on a brand new audio commentary by author and critic Kat Ellinger. So this is a must-buy. I will check with Zavi afterwards, actually, guys. We'll check for the sale. I know they had a big sale going on recently. The Flicker, a 30-minute short film by Tony Conrad whose strobing effect. Oh, great. Great. I'm sure I'm going to love that. Strobing effect. I guess I'm not going to watch that film for I'm an epileptic. And strobing effects, not exactly the best for me. I still don't get why, when I was a kid, why they'd bring me into to test me. And I'm like, and they'll be like, okay, so we know you have seizures and stuff like that. And that's not a good thing. Having seizures are not a good thing. Now we're going to flash a lot of lights in front of your eyes and see which one gives you seizures. Not a joke. That's what they do. And here's the one I want to talk about. This is the one I'm going to talk about. It's literally the thumbnail. You guys know I'm an 80s slasher guy. Nice. I would love to see like a good interview with. So right here it is. Girls' Night Out. So who is excited about Girls' Night Out? And who's seen Girls' Night Out? All right, John, I can give you a little bit of information on Girls' Night Out. This one I know. This is a film that I know quite well, actually. And I haven't seen it in years, but I do remember the film, so we can talk. Oh yeah, right. I grew up in the 80s. Like literally, I was a kid I'm 1971, year I was born. So I was a kid in the 70s. Literally, I was the perfect slasher age when slashers came about. Girls' Night Out. You got a DVD? I did not know there's a DVD even out, Morgan, of Girls' Night Out, to be bluntly honest with you. So this is a fun one. Now, here's the thing. This is a slasher film about a university that's being stalked by a person in the university mascot outfit with a bunch of knives for claws, killing people. It was done in 1982. You should definitely watch Girls' Night Out, Maddie. This is a tamer slasher. So if you're going into this expecting exploitation galore or nudity, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not what this is. This is an 82 slasher, and they tended to go one of two ways with 82 slashers. They tended to either go all out, and the Tom Savini did, and they put a whole bunch of guts and gore and boobs in there to try and get it done, or they tried to make it something that was going to pretty much be across the board watchable for as many people as possibly could. And in this one here, they went in the latter direction. Now, one of the neat things about this, it does have an older actor. If you familiar with the 80s slashers, especially early stuff like Happy Birthday to Me and all this stuff, there's obviously like it's still a good one, Justin. But there's no nudity. That's true. Actually, the girl, if you've seen the trailer, the girl's not in the trailer, right? Is she? The girl in the trailer is not in the film, is she?
No.
Yeah, the girl in the trailer is not in the film. the girls on the cover of the VHS tape are not in the film either. Just so you know, the girls that you see running on the cover, they're not in the film either. Much like Splatter University, where you see Elizabeth Caton on the cover of Splatter University, and she's not actually in the movie at all. She's posing for it. That's what they did for a lot of these films. I'm guessing for some of these, the posters may have been made before the film actually was, or before they even had it. This one here is different. So Hal Holbrook is in this one. So he is the corrected older actor, just like Glenn Ford was the actor in Happy Birthday to Me, just like Ben Johnson was the actor in Terror Train. We get Hal Holbrook, and you get nude to watch it as it counts as nudity. It counts as nudity. Well, it depends, Twisted. Are you getting nude like by yourself, or is this an OnlyFans account you're doing? Because it really counts if it's an OnlyFans account. So Hal Holbrook scenes shot in one day, right? Like pretty much just shot right through. They do this a lot with the older actors. They pretty much just shoot it and then they just insert it throughout the film to make it seem like he was there through the entire film. But yeah, and this is definitely not a knock on this film. I want this film so bad. I love these slasher. It's been a long time since I've had a slasher film in my collection, actually. I'm kind of sad about that. Cue sad violin music right here. But let's see what we got feature-wise, because this is a cool one. And it's been a while. So we have brand new audio commentary with genre film critic, author Justin Kurzweil. He does good commentaries, actually. And film historian Amanda Ray. So I'm not going to like that one. It's kind of a double header right there. A brand new video interview with actress Julia Montgomery. Now, Julia Montgomery was in everything. Like, literally, when we were looking this up and, like, Raj was reading out, like, the names of the actress, I'm like, Julia Montgomery, I know that name. I've seen her, like, in stuff. And Raj started reading it and stuff. I'm like, yeah, she's been in everything. Like, if you wanted an attractive blonde girl, you either got, usually in the 80s, it was like, it was the J's, right? It was like Jennifer Runyon or Julie Montgomery. It was like usually one of the ones that you chose. So we got interview with actress Laura Summer, interview with actress Lois Robbins, interview with actor Paul Christie. Oh, interview with actress Lauren Marie Taylor. So Lauren Marie Taylor, for those that are unaware or have not watched soap operas, and I have, then she is Bold and the Beautiful, I think, or maybe it's Young the Restless. Young the Restless. She's in Young the Restless. Hey there, Jeff. Welcome, man. But most of you guys are going to know Lauren Marie Taylor from Friday the 13th Part 2, for she is the one in that. She's the one that is trying to seduce the dude in the wheelchair when they're playing for position. That would be her. She's also in this. Hey there, Barnabas. Or I'll say it like Angelique says, Barnabas. Their interview with John Diedrichson, our couple interviews with Julia Montgomery and Rajan Alda. I forgot Rajan Alda was in this one. A Scaremaker alternate title card. I've never seen this movie under the title like Scaremaker. And to be bluntly honest with you, I don't like that title. But okay. First, we'll see. First pressing only, we get an illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writings on the film by Michael Gingold. This is a pretty big deal, guys. For me, this is the biggest deal like out of these here so far, right? So like this is pretty cool. And who does not want to see a movie with a teddy, like a bear mascot, like chasing you? Now you can get one with the exclusive, like Scaremaker cover. And here's the Scaremaker cover. But I'm going to be I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to put it out there. I don't like this cover. I really don't. I know some people are big like cover guys, and I do like my slip covers. But what do you guys think? Do anybody like this? Anybody like the Scaremaker cover of this film? Because the bear cover makes way more sense to this film, by the way. Teenage, the best age to show kids slashers to get them into it. Definitely. And I think like people say, oh, don't want to show your kids that when they're too young. Slashers have like nudity and violence. So does the news. Nudity and violence. I grew up with slasher stuff. I'm going to say it. Past on Scaremaker cover. Say me too. See, I haven't pre-ordered it, but yeah, it's $64 Canadian, $69. Holy crap! And I'm not digging it, guys. I'm not digging that cover. Hot take, right? Nobody likes the cover, but yeah, there's my hot take on it. But here's the one I'm most excited about. I'm not gonna lie. I want this film so bad. So it needs more bear claws. Exactly. It's kind of like the cowbell thing. It needs more bear claws. I've seen. I have seen. Yeah, several times. I've seen Girls Night Out several times. I'm a big slasher fan. Like for watch my channel. If you're new to the channel, like one thing to know is that I'm a huge fan of the whole slasher genre. Slasher film. I'm a fan of almost every genre. I'm weird, guys. I'm a weirdo. All right, so this is gorgeous. I utterly adore the way that this is done. So this is a 4K edition of Wild Things. You seen Wild Things yet?
No, I think so.
Denise Richards and like as wise as gone from me. The girl from Scream, Nev Campbell, getting nude and making out together. Oh. So yeah. So get to be picky. That way you know what you like, man. It is for me a must own. I utterly adore this film. I adore the entire. I'm hoping, and I'm still hoping that this will get, yeah, sure, Kevin Bacon's penis as well. In case you're like, am I ever going to find a movie with that on it? Yeah. Congratulations. All right, so what do we got here? We got an exclusive new commentary by director John McNaughton and producer Stephen A. Jones. Commentary by director John Naughton, cinematographer Jeffrey Kimball, producer Stephen A. Jones, Rodney Lieber, editor Elena McGunney, and score produced by George S. Clinton. Exclusive new interview with John McNaughton. Exclusive new interview with the beautiful Denise Richards, making a documentary and understanding liar it takes. Trailer. Illustrated collector's booklet, First Day New Tongue, featuring new writings by Ann Bilson and Sean Hogan. Double-sided folded poster, 6 double-sided poster-sized lobby cards, reversible sleeves featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Sam Hadley. The pool scene. You are correct. The girl is Amy Steele, and John. She's been in a few. She was also in one. I know a little like 80s trivia. She's the girl that takes Alex P. Keaton's virginity in Family Ties. That is Amy Steele. I watch Valentine every year in Valentine's Day. And for the 4K Steelbook, I think I'm gonna. I won't get this now, but again, I'd probably grab this one. Like this is a pretty cool price. £30 for the 4K Ultra HD, including the Blu-ray. It's pretty sweet. Denise Richardson is so underrated, by the way. Richards. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say it. I liked her in the James Bond film. Screw the haters. Christmas Jones rocks. Is that all of them? Do we have more? Are there more to come? We have a really big one to talk about when it comes to Second Sight, though, don't we? And by the way, here is the Steelbook. Well, this is sexy. Well, hit on the wrong one, didn't I? It's like this was from Grinders video. That's not Steelbook, is it? Yes, it is. Okay, there we go. This guy looks like the Steelbook has a slipcover. Is it a UK release or US error? I'll look for you in a second. Actually, Mike, I'll find out. I forgot to check. Though the fact that this is coming from Grinders makes me think that it definitely probably is like a dual release, but I have to confirm that. Go to Wild Thing Steelbook in the USA via Visavi US. UK, US, Canadian title. So this one is right across the board. So, well, no matter what part of the world that you live in, you can get yourself some Wild Things. And in like the whole, I haven't got to see No Time to Die yet. I got to see part of it, but I haven't got to finish it. But go over everything that's been announced. We got us the one-arm boxer coming out. We got Girls Night Out. Got the Scream Maker. Candyman, Enter the Void. The Wild Things Steelbook edition, so you can choose choose which one you want. There's a deluxe Steelbook. There's a dual format Steelbook. There's a regular edition, and there's a really pimped out edition. Have I seen Wild Things 2? I have seen Wild Things 2, 3, and 4, Mike. When I say I'm a fan of this genre, I really mean I'm a fan of this genre. Though I do have kind of mixed them up. Who was in Wild Things 2? That's the one I think that kind of ends at the... Is it like a trailer or like some type of place similar to that? I love the fact there's this thing in the Wild Things films. And the trope of it is like there's all these twists and turns. Like people are kind of backstabbing other people and setting people up and all this type of stuff. And at the end of the Wild Things movies, what you get happening is that they'll show the parts where basically they show like how he did it behind the scenes. Oh, there's a 2, 3, and 4. One of them is something like Wild Things Diamonds or Blood Diamonds, something like along that lines. Your grandmother watched. Your grandmother's cooler than Morgan. You got a cool grandma. All right, I've let that for long enough. We've got to say this. Season War, thank you. That's the one. There's a really cool one coming out from Second Sight. Did anybody hear about the Second Sight 4K that's coming out? Because it's cool. Who wants to say it first? Who wants to announce the 4K that Second Sight is putting out? Hopefully this year. Susan wears a crib and everything, man. Nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to be like the first person. Yes, there you go, George. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is coming out on 4K from Second Sight. Hey, the media. And oh man, does it look glorious. I am so stoked about this. As many of you guys know, right up there with Black Christmas. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite films of all time. I consider it a near perfect film. And it is Morgan. It is Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 4K. Also, The Witch 2. Yeah, The Witch is coming out. But out of the two of those, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre has got to be the one that I'm super, super stoked about. Now, there have been questions online. people have said Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K, won't it make it look too nice? Isn't the grungy aspect of Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of one of the key things about it? Kind of like some of the other style films. Well, let me put it to you in a different light. 4K is not meant to make your movie look shinier. It is not meant to make it look brighter. It is meant to make it look as realistic to the cinema experience as possible. Well, you get to see more color gamut and range in the new Texas Chainsaw. If it's done right, you definitely should. Well, should it retain its grittiness? It really, really should. But it's there. 4K is there to give you a more cinematic experience. It's not there to gloss it up. It's not there to shine it up. That's what Blu-ray does. 4K is meant to keep it gritty. So people ask that question a lot online, and I've been wanting to type about it so much, but I finally said, you know what? I'm going to say it on here. I'm going to do the conversation on here. Because Second Sight, have a great night. Second Sight they do a killer job on it. Like, let's be bluntly honest with you. Have you ever got a Second Sight release? Because if you did, then you're gonna know that Second Sight knocks it out of the park on a regular basis. Like, not even like on a regular basis. Second Sight, if you get a Second Sight release, you're getting a sexy ass release. You're getting a lot of features, you're getting really good packaging, you're getting some very, very cool like transfers. Have not yet had a bad Second Sight transfer. They did the Dawn of the Dead, they're doing Martin, now they're doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They are taking some of the big kind of, and in a way, some of the underrated films. Martin is like one of the more underrated films, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, obviously, it's a popular film, it's a famous film. Different editions of it that are going to come out. Is it worth it to get the 4K? If you like the film, okay, yes, fantastic. Then yes, it is. Will 4K make it look shiny so that you don't like actually like get the grittiness of it? Just the opposite, guys. Never think that a 4K release is going to like make it look really cool for you. Is also in the Hitcher. That's one that I've heard too. The Hitcher's coming out. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out. And announced recently, we're going to go to Disconnected. Disconnected, by the way, my friend the Disconnected on here does some amazing stuff. So does Nate. By the way, Nate, by the way, you make sure that you're subscribed. We have some amazing people on here that make content. Witch. We'll look at the Witch in a second. But the one that I want to look at is going to be down here. Look at that. Look. Release later this year. You have a 4K TV, Mike? So that's that media. You got to know what you want. You got to know your limitations. That is. I don't see it on here. Okay. So anyway, but coming out this year, Dog Soldiers as well. Exactly, another fantastic film. Coming out this year, Fright Night on 4K. For real. Yep, Fright Night on 4K. And let's see if we can go to Second Sight's website as well. Who's putting up Fright Night again? Because I sat here earlier tonight. See, they did their. Hey there, Mr. Meow Meow. It's the original censor that they put out. I know. What do you think? Did you like your food? Oh, we're gonna get to the vampire as well. Those are addition of sensor, just to give you like an idea of the type of stuff that Second Sight does. I have these sex editions in their boxes with the huge books and the art cards, and it's just really, really great stuff. Let's go to their pre-orders and latest releases. You can see The Witch right there, limited edition 4K UHD Blu-ray pre-order available on April the 19th. You can see that they did one of my favorite underrated films, Session 9. I really do like Session 9. We got The Babadook here as well. Swallow, which is a bit of a rough film. The Guest, which was mentioned here by, I think, Media. Sony's putting up Frightened. I think you're right, actually. I don't know about getting that one. I mean, like, I love Frightened. It's one of my favorite vampire films of all time, dude. Honest flickering. But the thing is, I got it. I mean, I got the Twilight Time special edition of it, the bigger one. I got the Sony edition of it. But never a fan. Oh, like, if we ever get in the same area, I will make you a fan. Trust me, I'm really good at doing things like that to people. And I won't even have to tie it into a chair or anything. Mr. That just sound right. Limited. They do such good limited editions. Such good limited editions. I really like that session. I haven't had a Second Sight movie in years. All right, that's it. I'm gonna have to start an OnlyFans account, like to get like some of these sex editions. Paranormal Activity. My youngest, they're a huge fan of like Paranormal Activity. I'm a huge fan of Katie Featherstone. I agree. Fright Night Part 2 definitely needs to be released. Oh my god. Like, is there anybody that's actually not a fan of like Katie Featherstone? Like, to be honest with you, she is like overall, come on, super sexy. Go to this sale here in a second, but first, I'm going to check out some of this other stuff here. I don't want to miss any announcements. I want to make sure we go through them all. And for the people that are here that have hit that like button, I want to thank you so much for doing that because it means the world to my channel. I love the werewolf in part 2, actually. Hey there, Antoine. Welcome, man. The werewolf guy in part 2. I have not gotten a DVD or Blu-ray in months, actually. What makes me decide if I need a 4K if you already had the blue? That's a really good question, actually. It really comes down, a lot of cases, it comes down to, do I need the 4K? Like, do I already have it? What's the price I'm getting it at? Are there new features or something that is a big enough upgrade for me to grab it? Like, I had older editions for instance, of New York Ripper, but I also got like some really sexy editions of New York Ripper. Mardi Gras Massacre from Seven is what I'm thinking, actually. So yeah, I'm on the same boat as you with that one. But Vinegar Syndrome, I'm not quite sure. But I will be coming on here for the announcement. So we'll be doing the announcements that day. So make sure you come in for that one. It comes down to a lot of times features and how much of an upgrade it is. If you've ever like watched the Blue Underground, like 4K, you can automatically see the upgrade. It's stunning, and like how much of an upgrade it is. Now, some of like regular companies like don't always do the best upgrades, but it's usually the boutique Blu-ray labels that do really great upgrades when it comes to stuff like this. Thank you, Barnabas. And oh my God, this is the first super chat I've got in over a month. You rock, man, and you have no idea how much that means right now. Because thank you, just really, really thank you. Um, but that's the thing. It's you've got to know it's something that you want. It can't just be because okay, this is new and shiny, you know, or this has got a new box. Like if you got the bones for that, fantastic. That's great. The overall like average collector can't just grab everything, and so you know you pick your battles, right? You pick and choose what you want to get. Now, for me, when it looks like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's one of my favorite films. So it's something like there's a high probability that I would grab something along that lines. Now, Fright Night, also one of my favorite films, but unless there's like new features on it, I got really good Fright Night Blu-rays right now. Two of them. Now, that being said, I could probably grab, like, I could probably flip the Twilight Time release, get a few bones for that, and have enough money for the 4K. And not like I'm not a guy that gets rid of my films or flips my films, but when you're limited in like in cash funds, uh, and you've got like an edition that you know is gonna get you a bit a bit that you can actually get something else with. Why get excited for movies with great transfers for a re-release with a new kid? I think it's more than a new coat of paint. It depends. I mean, like for a while, Media Heist, uh, like Blue Underground's been like doing a lot of these like 4K like releases, and they've been like releases of stuff that's been announced before that they already put out before. But and each time that they've done one of those, they haven't just done like a new coat of paint on it. No, they really make these new releases look revolutionarily better. Um, like you watch like Vampires, and then you watch the 4K edition of it. It's worlds of a difference, and it's not just colors; it's sound as well. People like when you're looking at 4K too, you're also looking at sound. So when you're looking at something like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, for instance, that's then you're looking at like one of the things you're going to want to see, you're going to want to notice is what sound are they using for this? Like what are the mixes that you got? Hey there, Evan. Welcome, man. Yeah, I would agree. Like some films definitely don't need 4K release. Not everything needs to get 4K released. But exactly. If I was a millionaire, I'd have all of those. I'd have every shower release. The 80 film shower releases. I get the ones. I don't like. My better half would have a huge selection. She could watch all the kung fu she wanted, and then I would get a whole bunch of slasher stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to grab what you really like. And I will never look at you. I'm never going to say to you and say, "Oh, you didn't get. Why didn't you get this? Like this, it's a cool 4K release. Don't you think you need it? Like, no, you don't need everything. But there's certain things that, like for me, for instance, when you see Maniac Cop, I haven't upgraded yet. Though I do agree, Maniac Cop need 4K because let's be honest with you, Justin, Maniac Cop got an okay Blu-ray release. It didn't get a great Blu-ray release. Maniac Cop 2 and 3 got like okay Blu-ray releases as well. Um, I can see those being upgraded. I get it. I get those being upgraded. Now, things have been like put out ad nauseum. Like if there's an Evil Dead 4K release coming out, I'd have to say, I don't know. I love Evil Dead, fantastic film. Do I need a 4K of Evil Dead? See, I'm back from the VHS days, guys. Grab more Franco. There you go, Cobra. There, more Franco. I'm going to do a Franco video in the near future, but that's going to be on the Patreon video thing because Franco is not a guy, is an NSFY guy, not safe for YouTube, so you can't talk about mine here. 4K is definitely made for older movies, 100%. Older films benefit more for 4K than a newer film will. Most of the newer films are shot like that anyway, shot digitally. They're not going to get a huge upgrade when it comes to a transfer, 4K transfer. So it's nice to get like newer films. Maybe you want the newest like Marvel film or Star Wars film or DC film, whatever the hell you're into, right? Yeah, I get that. But yeah. Love Brides of the Blood Mummy. See, that's kind of cool. That's a cool release. I like that name. I'm in the opposite like camp there media. I don't think I think 4K is it's still at this point is an underrated format. It's very much an underrated format. Blu-ray is an overrated format, and like I'll stand by that. There tend to be a ton of like websites and forums, all that, all about Blu-ray releases. Crap it on like, hey there, John. Well, have a great night, man. Hey, man. John's still here. Nate, have a great evening, man. But here's the thing. There's not a heck of a lot of places that are too. Yeah, Blu-ray is Blu-ray overrated as opposed to 4K? At this point, definitely not. Was Blu-ray overrated initially? No, not at all. But it was Blu-ray overrated now as opposed to like a 4K format, 100%. People still like, because you got to understand that when DVD came, the same thing happened when DVD was there, and then like Blu-rays came out. Some people are like, oh, I don't know about this whole Blu-ray thing. I don't want to get my movies all over again. and the same thing happened with VHS. Like, oh man, I've got my VHS, got my big VHS collection. This new DVD format, I'm not sure if I want to go buy my movies over again. And then when it gets to the Blu-ray format, it's like, oh man, I got all my DVDs. I already changed once. I'm not going to change again. I'm not going to buy Blu-rays. And you did. And then 4K came out like, oh God, I don't know if I need this 4K stuff. I still got my Blu-rays, and I don't want to replace my Blu-ray stuff. It's a cycle. It happens. It's the way it goes. Well, to be bluntly honest with you, Justin, in the future, you're probably not going to have a choice because 4K TV is pretty much going to be the industry standard. It's going to take the place to 1080p. That's because it's just gotten that cheap. It's a technology thing, right? It's just what happens is people tend to go into it when it gets cheap enough. That's all it really is. And to be bluntly honest, if you want to be like truthful about the whole thing, none of them, Blu-ray, 4K, none of them's doing as good as DVD. DVD is still killing it in the market. DVD is still I hate to use this word, the alpha of the physical media. And I'll have people that'll come on and they'll talk to me and say, I can't believe you buy a DVD edition of a film if there's a Blu-ray edition out. See, AKTVs, Daikatana, you're looking at that more for, why AKTVs are around and why they're coming out? Well, they're still expensive. That's the thing. But I get asked a lot, and George just asked it there again, do you think we're going to get 8K movies? Physical, like media release of films in 8K? Hey there, Dirk. Welcome, man. Dirk has a VHS podcast, by the way, which you all should be listening to. No, we're not. I don't think we are. I think 4K, that's as far as it's going with physical media. It's not a false statement. You can't say it's a false statement. Right now, the industry standard isn't Blu-ray, by the way, media. Industry standard is DVD. So let that sink in for a second. As much as you love Blu-ray, industry standard is still DVD. DVD still sells the most. So as much as you like Blu-ray or 4K or whatever, sorry. DVD is still pretty much the industry standard. That's what sells. You go to your local Walmart, you go to your local brick and mortar store, they don't sell very many like releases, but you know what they'll usually have if they got them there? They have a little bin or something like that, like DVDs with a few Blu-rays there. But they'll have a bin of DVDs. Go to your local library. You find a few Blu-rays, but you're going to get a lot of DVDs. People check out DVDs a lot. Well, there's a reason that Best Buy and others are getting rid of 4Ks and Blu-rays. One, space, and two, put it to you in the best possible way I can, Daikatana. Where do you buy your movies from most of the time? Is it Best Buy? Is it Walmart? Or is it online? It's online because that's where physical media is going. Everybody buys from Amazon. People want to buy Vinegar Syndrome. They're excited about the Vinegar Syndrome sale, the Severin sale. And you're pretty much one of the last standouts because most everybody buys their movies online. And how do you not buy your movies online? You just told me that that Best Buy and others are getting rid of 4Ks and Blu-rays. You got no choice. You have no choice. It makes it easier to get them. There's more companies that can do it. They can cater towards a specific demographic online. You can go online and you can say, I like Kung Fu films. Where can I get Kung Fu films at? And then you go to your Arrow. You're still taking time. You're pre-ordering. You know where you pre-order at? You know where that pre-order is done at? It's Best Buy online. Still online, dude. You can go around it. You can tiptoe around it all you want to. But I got news for you. If Best Buy doesn't have it in the store, that's being ordered online, whether you go online and order it to pick up at your local Best Buy, to make it seem like you got it at a brick and mortar store, you still order it online. George, from I order a lot from Amazon too. I live in Canada. There's not a lot of places to go and get physical media. There's less places like every day. We got our Sunrise Records. But if you pre-order in the store, where do you think the store goes? Ragman. The store doesn't. Does the store go into the back and take out that movie that they've got in the back somewhere? No, they don't. What that store does is they go to their computer and they order it for you online, and it comes to the store and you pick it up. So although you're getting the illusion of still buying it in a brick and mortar store because you're actually going to the brick and mortar store to do that, you're still ordering it online. And physical media is actually still going really strong. People have been dooming and glooming physical media like for pretty much a decade now, saying, oh, well, this is the year physical media is not going to be anymore. And every year, what happens? We get more and more releases, more and more stuff that we want to get. There you go, Tesco supermarkets, and they did have stuff when I was there in London. But you got your Fops, you can go to Cobra, you can go to your HMVs. But at the end of the day, a lot of the places, they're not going to have as much there. Like when you're like Twisted there is lucky to have like places like Video Game Trader. If you live in Ontario, you're lucky because you got things like you got like the Video One there. You've got your Bay Street Video. And that's the killer part of it, right? Exactly. Best Buy gets it from the distribution center, just like Amazon. Yeah, we get like 1% exclusives available in American stores. And Target, I wish Target was still here, Dave. I miss Target. I really do. And I'm not like being argumentative. You're asking me questions. I'm answering them as best as I can. Do I think like physical media is going anywhere? No, not at all. I mean, like it's more online. It's definitely good. You're going to have more stuff like online. And is streaming going to be a big thing? Streaming is going to take the place of your cable TV. That's where streaming is going. Streaming is meant to take place of your cable stuff. Because here's the killer thing: is that the more streaming sites that come out, the more there's like Disney Pluses or Netflixes or Criterions or whatever, like Shudder. The more fragmented it gets for you to get like, okay, I really want some classic movies. I'm gonna get Tubi because Tubi's free. But I want to see some of the Shudder exclusives. I got to get Shudder. And I got my Shutter, but there's some good movies coming on Amazon, so I got to buy the Amazon streaming service. And while I'm here with Amazon, I might as well pick up one of those other like some streaming services, so I don't miss out on that. And there's some Netflix movies coming out that I really need. That gets pricey, and at the end of the day, you don't own anything when it comes to like the streaming stuff, and things drop off. I remember when Friends. Remember when Friends was on Netflix? Remember where it's not now? It's not on Netflix. Hey there, we're the Milk Creek Miami Vice. Me and my cousin were just talking about the Miami Vice set. Well, earlier tonight, he's gone to bed right now, actually. But we're talking about the Miami Vice set tonight because this one that he needs to pick up. I told him like it's definitely one to grab. Harry Palmer imprint. That's a really good one, by the way. First time ordered to Toronto via UPS courier, $10. That's not bad, actually. Let me know how it turns out, man. We've always been the people that have been keeping it around. That's the thing, though. Twisted. We've always been the people that have been keeping it going. Joe Public is going to come in. Joe Public is going to go to your local Walmart. They're going to grab a DVD. This is why DVDs do so well, right now. Because everybody's got a DVD. Everybody's got a computer, right? A lot of them still have their DVD players in it. My computer still has a DVD player in it. It doesn't have a Blu-ray player. It's got a DVD player. Streaming will probably cannibalize itself sooner rather than later. That is true. And at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of ones that don't make it. What's the latest Top Arrow announcement? Dirk, I would say the two big ones coming out now are Wild Things on 4K. You're going to have a lot of editions of that to choose from. Very sexy film, by the way. And the 82 slasher film, of all things, Girls' Night Out with Hal Holbrook and Lauren Marie Taylor and I think Judy, I can't remember the name right now. But yeah, Girls' Night Out for sure. And Wild Things, definitely ones to be grabbing. Right now, also, Dirk, there is if you like Japanese cinema, there's a Japanese cinema sale going on the Arrow website right now. It's the thing that happens when it comes to streaming, when it comes to there's a lot of boutique labels. Like everybody can't have everything or can't have the same. That's the one with the bear costume. It is, yes, with Hal Holbrook, man. So you remember it. Dirk's parents owned a video store when he was a kid, so I'm very jealous of that. Saint Laurent Karen. Those would be excellent release. Deadly Games. I think it'll be fun. I mean, I tend to like a lot of stuff like MC is lukewarm on. We gotta we're like Cisco and Ebert when it comes to some of the releases. But like look at that. There's so many like sexy releases coming out now. Whether it's going to be from Arrow, let's go to 88 Films. I always got to do my 88 Film stuff. Then my parents, we did rent videos. You had a video store. Oh no, did we rent videos? Yes, at our we had a we had a corner. We had a corner store, and we ended up that's when after I got out to my first year, I was doing journalism, and when I came home, because I spent too much money and I drank too much when I was in college. Scalpers are always the bane of any collector. Dekatana. I'm not a fan of scalpers, man. Pokemon, baseball. Well, and it's insane. It's crazy. Disney Plus isn't as bad as it's way better than you think, actually. I'd say definitely give it a chance. My cousin's not a Disney Plus fan. He's definitely not as he's anti-corporate when it comes to that type of stuff, and I get it. But there's just too much on Disney Plus that I like. Black Cat Collector's Edition. Let us check this out. Arnold from 1973, Roddy McDowell. That's a deep cut, man. I mean, like scalping though. You really think it's a New World Disorder? I'm not a scalping guy. I'm really not. And I think, like, I'll be honest with you, it comes from the fact that I do not like, I get people. You can, like, you make money, but don't make money at the idea of like somebody else losing money, or if or to put it in the best way that I can possibly think about it. Um, Game systems. If you want to go out and buy a PlayStation 5, uh, because you want a PlayStation 5, I get it. If you want to go to a store and buy every PlayStation 5, I want to get you a loan with a baseball bat. I think we'll get more than Kung Fu, but Kung Fu is a good like way to go into it. Hank knew where disorder. Not yet, not till it gets here. It makes for more for an exciting video when I do that, because I can actually show it. You get to reveal. George got me a birthday present, guys. George is nice. He's getting me a birthday present. Yeah, as a kid, I didn't go to as many concerts as like a lot of kids did. I was a geek. Gonna say, Morgan, have a wonderful evening. I hope you have a fantastic night. It's always a pleasure when you're here. You brighten up the chat, even when you're stuck. But there's nothing really new coming here yet that I'm going to mention. So let's go right to Eureka. There's a few that are coming out here in Masters. Let me just see. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this, guys. Okay. Vampire is coming out. Now, I know some people have the old like Criterion edition, or the newer Criterion edition that took out the screenplay, but this looks like a brilliant edition. Communion. We'll look at Screen Factory in a second. Actually, now we get let's see what we got here for this one, because this is gorgeous. We had an all-new 2K digital restoration of the German version by the Danish Film Institute, completed in 2020 after an extensive decade-long restoration process. Now, Eureka, definitely, yeah, Eureka BFI Regman, that's the Criterion of of Europe. Except to be honest with you, they do a better job. They actually do. And you're going to see in this right there, an extensive decade-long restoration process. Imagine, guys, like working on one film for like 10 years, like to restore a film over a 10-year period. What an amazing thing. We got an optional unrestored audio track here as well. 2 audio commentaries, one by critic programmer Tony Rayans, and the second one I just mentioned. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. And I love that sticker. I love these stickers. It does have the Del Toro commentary. It's got the Del Toro fan commentary on there. There is a visual essay by scholar Casper. I'm going to butcher the name, so I apologize ahead of time. 10 years, New World. By the way, the exact same amount of time I have been on YouTube. So to put that into, like, my beard is grayed out over YouTube. We got by Casper Tibjor. I'm going to go with that. New video interview with author critic Kim Newman on Vampire's unique place within vampire cinema. 2 new video interviews with music and cultural historian David Huckvale, and the film score and its adaptation of Sheridan Le Fanu. Carl Theodor Driver, a documentary by Jorgen Ross. 2 deleted scenes removed by the German censors in 1932. The Baron, a short Masters of Cinema documentary about Baron Nicholas D. Gunsberg. Optional English subtitles, and a 100-page book featuring a rare production stills with location photography, posters, a 1932 Danish film program, a 1964 interview with Baron Nicholas D. Gunsberg, producer and actor. An essay by Dreyer on film song and writing by Tom Millen, Jean and Dale Drum, and film restorer Martin Korber, limited to 3,000 copies. And oh my God, this is glorious. I put this up on Instagram shortly after it got announced. Good friend Vanessa, who has a fantastic classic film channel that she does, and like definitely check out her Patreon if you guys can, because Vanessa Batano does amazing stuff, and is definitely a great friend of the channel and a really cool person. So check out her stuff. She does like live videos where she talks about classic cinema. She's been on a lot of serial midnight stuff, so make sure you're checking that out. But this is amazing. This is a gorgeous set, and I can see it like being one of the tops of the year. I can see it like definitely being one of the top releases of the year. If it lives up to the hype, and oh man, then that's a crazy amount. Gotta love that. Let's run over to Scream Factory right now, because we know we got the Communion there, and a lot of people are huge Communion fans. So when that was announced as like as a special, then people were going nuts on that one. And here it is. Right. Let's look at it. Let's bring it up. Details. Wish I could buy more or buy now. So this is Communion with Christopher Walken. It is like these alien things. I'm gonna be honest. Some of these scare the hell out of me. We are not alone. So feature-wise on here, we got some features on here, which is good for a definitely for one of these, because if you've ever bought like a Scream Factory like website exclusive, a lot of times there's no features unless there's features already on the DVD. Hey Jacob, it was one of your favorite discoveries of last year. Will you be buying this edition? Got audio commentary with the director Philip Moray and William G. Burns, publisher of UFO Magazine. We got a second audio commentary just with the director as well. It's insane that this movie is done by the same director that did Howling 2. My sister's a werewolf. It's coming back. I'd be pimping on the streets. All right, George. Have a great night there, man. Enjoy your evening. But Communion is coming out on February 22nd, which is it's a few days ago, so it's out now. So you can buy Communion right now, and Communion's hilarious. I don't know, it scares me a bit. Yeah, Blu-ray release contains the extended cut of the film. You signed your Howling deal. That is awesome. You get Red Brown. That's what you need to get signed your Howling too, man. Red Brown. But we also have Blood of the Vampire. Thank you, New World. I haven't seen half these stickers. I love them. Like, I just get like distracted. I'm one of those guys. I get distracted by shiny things. So that's always a thing here. So again, like this one, there's no features on this one here, but it's written by Jimmy Sangster. I'm not sure if he directed it or not. Can't remember. But Blood the Vampire, 1,500 units. Let's see who the director is on this one here. Writer. Oh, Henry Katz directed it. Jimmy Sangster was good when it came to like writing a lot of these films. Like you have Rep Signs. Okay, great minds think alike, John. So if you're a fan of like the vampire films, definitely a cool little one here. I like Jimmy Sangster stuff. He did a lot of stuff for Hammer Films. I definitely recommend you check that out. And I'm gonna see. Let me tell you something. So I had a vampire book when I was a kid, right? And there's this like hunchback. See it right there? See the hunchback guy? So there's pictures of the hunchback and pictures of this cover. There is a legit Blu-ray of Far in the Sky, actually, New World. It came out by Imprint Films in Australia. I'm not sure if it's still in print, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Imprint Films put it out. We haven't got a North American release. That's what you mean, though. But this, like, Hunchback, scared the crap out of me as a kid. I would like be looking through my vampire book, and I got to the point where I knew which page this Hunchback dude was on, and I would literally like try to make sure that I skipped over the page with the picture on it because it freaked me out. Yeah, I'll check for you actually, because I thought for sure Imprint Films from Australia had put it out. We'll find it now in a second, because it was a big deal when it came out. So let's go by. Where's it at? Can I shop here? Is there horror? Let's put it under horror. Way too many. Let's go. Just get a death. I think it's out of print. Can I just search? Is there a search button? Okay, here we go. I did not see it. Yeah, so there was a big edition. It came out in December 2020. And this was initially the big edition that they put out. That one's out of stock right now. Let's just see if there's a standard edition. So there's a standard edition of it. Thank you, Iceman. And feature-wise on this, by the way, so don't think you're missing is like a slipcase. But we got Fear from Above, the practical effects of Fire in the Sky. We have auto commentary with director Robert Lieberman. Borrowed Time scoring the film. We got to go back with Robert Patrick on Fire in the Sky. Touched by Light, DB Sweeney on Fire in the Sky. So there you go, man. There's a Fire in the Sky out there for you. And $24.95 is pretty good, especially Australian. I get most of my Australian stuff from Umbrella, so I haven't got anything from Imprint Films yet. I would love to get some stuff from them because I hear great things about Imprint Films. Did they release Tarzan Shame of the Jungle? Ooh, fine steps. What company released those? And it's like Tarzan Shame of the Jungle. Is that a Rocco Siffredi thing, or am I thinking of something else? We'll look at the other. So now coming out soon from Umbrella. I showed you my Umbrella releases that I got. But let's look at there's a sale. Oh, yes, I forgot about this. 50% off sale, over 450 titles ending Sunday, March the 6th, 2022. You do need a copy of Dolls. It's one of the great movies, man. The year the Dolls came out, I listed that, by the way, the Scream Factory edition of Dolls when it came out. And then there's a box set that came out the year. I put Dolls release over all of them. That was my release of the year that year. Ooh, I did not know about the sale. Oh, okay. There's some interesting stuff that are definitely worth looking at here. Now I can give you some recommendations. I do have a lot of their stuff. I got Wind Rider, Dark Age. Oh yes, I definitely recommend Dark Age. 1 million. I saw it. Damn it. I need this one myself. Actually, this is a really damn good movie. If you've never seen it, I'm a big Killer Croc alligator type of guy. I love those films, and I get as many of them as I can. Crawl's a really good movie, a more recent one. Dark Age I really loved. Fair Game is a classic. I've watched this one so many times. A viewer actually sent me Fair Game, and I was so stoked because I'd seen it years ago, like on VHS, but I'd never seen it on DVD. So I went straight to a Blu-ray release of this one here. Hey, Ragnar. Dolls starring Andre Toulon. Do you know the one the guy that played Andre Toulon is the same guy that was Greg Sinestro, actually. That was in the movie The Room. I think it might be Retro Pop Master. I'd have to look, but I think it was Retro. My kids will know right away. I still need Weird Than Never Never. I was really disappointed that I missed out on that one. Not for everybody, but it's definitely my type. Day of the Panther, Strike the Panther. This is my better half. This she would love. One, and it's still in stock. It's still in stock. Goodbye Paradise is sold out. Yeah, Red F. Sears double feature. A lot of fun. A lot of ABCs of Love, Straight After Dark. They're really fun. I got but I sold it too. Damn it! I'm gonna find stuff for you guys that's not sold out that I definitely recommend. To run. Purple sold out. Road Games isn't. This is a really good copy of Road Games actually. So though the indicator edition is probably the definitely Spirit edition. So I don't have any of the Drive and Deliriums yet. Uh, I got Puberty Blues. Like that's what I'm actually gonna watch this probably this weekend. Like I had no idea this sale was going on. I should have known too. Blackwater. This ruined me, man. Is this in stock? Yeah, it's it. So if you haven't seen Blackwater, definitely recommend this one. Anybody see Blackwater? So this is based on a true story. Girls Night Out is gonna be awesome, man. Like it is a now. I'm not sure if you've seen it before, New World, but like just to let you know, tis a bit tame. Like don't go in expecting like boobs, kind of put up a bunch of nudity. It's a bit on the tamer side, but it's still a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, like as an '80s slasher film. But yeah, Blackwater freaking wrecked me, man. There was just a intensity to that film. I guess nobody else saw Blackwater but me. I doubt you guys are super quiet right now. Oh, Silver Bullet, of course. Yeah, there's a few here that I need. Sirens, 350. That's the DVD. Did you like it? I thought it did. I see. It's one of those movies where they introduce the people in a way that you don't know. Uh, I have not seen it yet. I've actually been saving it for the weekend. I am super proud of Ryan for his like. Thank you again, New World, man. I'm loving your stickers, man. By the way, guys, you have not checked out like the Disconnected. He does an amazing channel, and he did this really really good one about with we had Jared on from Mondo Macabre, and I literally have like I've seen around like maybe 5 minutes of it, and I said I'm saving this so I can sit down and watch it the weekend and just sit down and enjoy it. So I recommend you guys do that too. Too bad Death Warmed Up is out of stock. That's a really good one. It's like the first like real like New Zealand splatter film. Cut is out of, I should have found out about this before. Cut is another really good one with Kylie Minogue. It's a cool little slasher film. Now there's where to get your splatter at, guys. Um, Big Story 3 Super Cop is here. I really like the Sniper. I gotta say, these used to come on CBC. I'm Canadian. Sex and Sin is. I mean, overall, John, like since their Central Cinema releases have been pretty good. Of course, Showgirls was the first one that had like a big documentary on it. Then of course Sex and Zen came out, which it's a Cat 4 film. Category 3, Cat 4, and now there's like a double feature. The shipping's the killer part. Like that's pretty much across the board. And what you got to do is, and this is what I do, is you got to get like you got to have enough that it overcuts the cost of the shipping. So there's usually like a discount that's done, right? But if you're buying one or two movies, it doesn't tend to be worth it. But if you're buying like 4 or 5 movies, it tends to work its way out to like being pretty good. So you got to be going in like saying, okay, I got a certain amount that I can work with. Sex and Zen is funny as hell. I'm looking forward to the next one coming out too. Jungle Gym ones are sold out. My dad would love these actually. My dad's a huge Jungle Gym fan. He loves like these Tarzan Jungle Gym movies and stuff. He's a huge fan of like these action films. Body Melt again sold out, right? Australian classic. But anyway, so much good stuff coming from them. But what I wanted to share was the coming soon stuff. So because I should have a couple of these coming actually. Unfortunately, I did not get. Shipping's expensive for umbrella. So what you got to do, Maddie, is you can't go in for one or two. Like that's when shipping gets expensive. When it comes from anywhere, like farther away, it's going to be getting expensive. But the more you get, the more like shipping kind of evens out. Like that's what I've noticed. Like if you're going in for one or two titles, like oh man, that's really expensive for one or two titles. But if you get like five or six, then actually it's not bad. It's weird that way. The more you get, it seems like the better the shipping cost tends to be. Okay, so I got this one coming. Like fingers crossed, guys. Snapshot. I really dug this film back in the day, so I'm super stoked about getting Snapshot. It's got a CD and a collector's booklet as well. If you've never seen any of their exploitation releases, I have a bunch of them here, and a lot of them are packed up right now. A lot of movies are. My downstairs library is pretty much all packed right now. It's a while before I'm going to be moving, but we needed to know, like, when we do eventually move, like, what size, where we're getting a container, do we need to get a crate, that type of thing. Uh, Honestly, exploitation, much in the way like spaghetti westerns got the spaghetti western name, it was more than likely was probably like something that was given by North America. More like I can't say for sure. I'd be lying. And I've seen the documentary exploitation so many times. By the way, it's down in Cinema. I recommend it. Uh, but uh, but exploitation, it's just like what's the best way to put it? It literally is what you think. It's exploitation made in Australia. Australian exploitation film. Exploitation, like it's Aussie, like down under, like it's kind of the way like black exploitation. I guess it's just a way to put a term, the phrase, put a terminology for it. There was a time in the year 80s when Australian cinema and Australian exploitation became like a really big thing, became a huge thing, and you were seeing like TV shows with like Australian leads and the Mad Max films and all that type of stuff. So we became all crazy for it, and Crocodile Dundee became a thing. But yeah, I recommend. I don't know enough. I do apologize. I just love it. I just do. Snapchat's what I'm looking forward to. What I'm really so there you go. In the realm of senses, Empire of Passion. I got that one coming, so we'll be able to recommend that one. I'll be able to review that one for you guys. Jean de Florette and Manon de Source. That's another one I think I got coming too. One I'm super stoked about right here. I know there's a 4K coming. Exactly, Oz. But so what's really really freaking cool about this? So Beyond Genres is a sub label that Umbrella does and does really well. They have sexy ass slipcovers. They really do. They have great features on them. And what's really really cool is he put some neat and weird, unique stuff in them. So right here is um, and this is what's kind of cool, a car air freshener. I saw heavy metal in theater, man. Uh, like look right there. You can get a car heavy freshener, leather scented. I wish the soundtrack. That's the one thing I wish. Wish the soundtrack would have been there too, man. I'm Canadian, and this movie was voiced like by Canadian actors. A lot of the SCTV cast did voices for this. I think John Candy was the voice of Den in Heavy Metal. So yeah, huge, pretty much an entire like cast. Actually, it wasn't Mad Max; it was more Road Warrior. See, we got a lot of places, especially in America, got Road Warrior before they got Mad Max. Like Mad Max actually came second in a lot of places, especially the states. But I did get to see like Mad Max before I got to see Road Warrior because we had a little theater in my area that used to show a lot of movies that were not like kind of like first run movies. So we'd get a lot of like Italian stuff and Australian stuff and the Asian cinema. So Mad Max I got to see in the theater. And I was pretty young too, man. It's a pretty brutal film when you're a kid and you're watching like these bikers like run over this like woman and her child. brutal stuff. But yeah, soundtrack on this is great. We got like Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Devo, Donald Fagen, Grand Funk Railroad, Sammy Hagar, Journey, Nazareth, Stevie Nicks, Riggs, and Trust. Harold Ramis, John Candy, incredible on here. But it's super like kind of like speaking of things that are kind of metal, man. It's got a car air freshener. I know that seems like a super like kind of cheesy, like gimmicky thing, but don't you kind of love that? Like, if you're gonna have like a cool like movie air freshener, isn't that kind of what you want? Isn't like the girl with the sword riding this here? Isn't that kind of a like a freaking cool like thing to have in your car? Attract the ladies with your heavy metal air freshener. Cinemax. That's not bad though, man. The days of watching stuff on Cinemax. Come on, those are good memories, man. Yeah, I'm super stoked for this one right here. That air freshener is limited, leather scented. That's got to be cool. It's limited to 100 units, so that's going to be really, really like limited. So this is going to be one of those like get it while you can, because once those 100 units are gone, man, you ain't getting that air freshener again. Skinemax, that's what we call it. But yeah, we got like audio commentary, feature like the rough cut of the film. That's actually kind of cool. Kira Masick reading his book, Heavy Metal, the movie. Imagining Heavy Metal, making a documentary, deleted scene, Neverwhere Land sequence, deleted scene, alternate framing story, deleted scenes with commentary. Yeah. So, guys, if you're a heavy metal fan, and I know a lot of you guys are, some of you guys here are waiting on the 4K. You want to get the 4K with the Heavy Metal 2, FAKK, in Blu-ray, right? Oh, Angel Eyes. Oh, yeah, good. But if you want to get heavy metal and you want to get some baller-looking air freshener to go with it, I hope they send me the air freshener. I don't know if they will. But if they do, I will definitely show it to you guys on here. I have managed to get some of the comics that have been on there, which have been really cool, and the and CDs and stuff like that. Spine of Night, I will definitely check that out. See, I grew up with like Heavy Metal magazine. My better half, she grew up with like Metal Hurlant, which is the French equivalent. Well, it came first. Heavy Metal was second. But yeah, there's like some awesome stuff here, guys. And right before I go, let's just check out the sale that is supposed to be on here. I got a lot of Alpha stuff recently. Hey there, Arch. Welcome, man. Arch, if you're a heavy metal fan, check out Umbrella's site, because honestly, the heavy metal movie with a 100 limited edition air freshener, oh my God, that is so cool. Like, you get CDs and stuff all the time. You get like booklets. How often does a company go to the way to give you an air freshener? Like let that soak in for a second. Did you see the question by Blue Underground? This blew my mind. Blue Underground recently on Facebook, I think it was on Twitter too. I will check right now. If it was, then I am going to ask you 1,000,000%. If not, and it was just on Facebook, then get it from there. But they said, would you like to see classic 90s era erotic thrillers remastered and put out by Blue Underground? Both me and the Disconnected are on that thread saying, hell yes, we would. And I gave like recommendations of movies that I wanted to see put out on in the erotic thriller category. So go to Blue Underground's like Facebook page. There is a notification for it. They did put it out there. And let them know, or tweet Blow Underground and let them know, yes, you do want like the erotic thrillers, because they're right now they're gauging, like, obviously there's some that they can put out, so they want to know people's interest in that, and I got a strong interest. I think it's one of the most underutilized. I can definitely recommend Steindl. Actually, I really like that film. It's a very different film. It's Slaver, this one, right? It's not so much a giallo. There's a giallo aspect to it, but it's more of a psychological thriller, and it is gorgeous, by the way. We don't know, Maddie. That's the thing. We don't know the titles of the thrillers. Could be ending. We could get Body Chemistry Collection coming out. We could get a Night Eyes. We could get a Shannon Tweed. Could get a Shannon War. We could get a Lisa Boyle. Have you realized? Do you realize by this that that I watched way too many of those when I was in my 20s? I don't think it's something that they've already put out. I don't think it's just Franco. I mean, I think we're looking at, well, they said 90s era erotic thrillers. Jess Franco's not a 90s era erotic thriller. Yeah, it's beautiful sequences in Steinel Syndrome. There's some amazing looking stuff. And by the way, it's almost sold out. So you definitely want to grab it before it goes. I would if my copy was not already like packed away in a box, I would definitely show it to you, because it is a gorgeous looking release, a really gorgeous release. So no, I don't think there's going to be 4K. It's going to be Blu-ray, which is perfectly fine. I'm good with buying them Blu-ray, because there's such good stuff that they could put out. There's so many. Just like think of how many of those erotic thrillers, like people like you've seen a lot. Simon Bisley's artwork, by the way, is fantastic. I was a big Mobius fan too, by the way. Just want to put that out there. But it was so detailed. But there's so much. Like I would kill like to see like the Body Chemistry. I love the Body Chemistry films. And like you get a lot of them, like Andrew Stevens, Maxwell Caulfield, Greg Harrison. These guys were like, they'd be like a ton of them, right? You see them come up over and over again. But there was, I think I don't think it's been given a chance and really done right. Softcore does obviously sell. Vinegar Syndrome sells. They've sold stuff like that. It just really depends on how it's done. Sometimes it falls under the radar, but it's definitely. I think I got Sire here somewhere. Like I'm not sure if I get the VHS or something like that. I got a couple of VHS. Just about signing out right now. It is almost sold out. So if anybody I think it was Blue Underground that announced that their copies of Steindl was almost sold out. I'm not quite sure if it's coming back or not. So if you want to get that film before it sells out, there it is right now. Our deluxe 3-disc limited edition of Dario Argento's Steindl Syndrome is now out of print. If you missed out, Amazon currently has the last 9 copies left in stock. I am ready for the Tuesday announcements. I will be coming on after work. I'll be talking about the Tuesday announcements here. So hopefully I'll have a lot of cool stuff to talk about. It'll be interesting to see. I have not bought a Vinegar Syndrome title since probably since January. That's when I last bought my last film. So the last films about were Vinegar Syndrome and the partner labels. Probably in December. No, I got them coming January. I don't think I bought a movie. If I bought a movie this year, guys, I mean, aside from like some stuff that I got at at my corner shop, like my record store. These that were selling out like on films. They totally sold out now. Click on the sale button. I did click on the sale button actually. But I'm not seeing a lot, man. See, because you go to sales, I'm going to Blu-rays right here. Clearance Blu-rays. Let's see if there's anything coming in here. I recommend this one right here. See, those are Spy Smash Returns. This is a cool little So I'm a big cereal guy. So for those that know, I'm a big cereal guy. I got a ton of cereals. Not enough. I never have enough cereals. But this is a really good one. Like you get the cereals and like the killer never, like the good guy never dies. Like he always gets in peril, but in the next one he's okay. So watch Spy Smasher is different. It's really different. We got some full moon here, some double feature stuff. Midnight movie, but this is a nice triple feature. 398.98 on Blu-ray. I know it's not an expensive double feature, but Midnight Movie's a really good film. I don't remember Terror Trapper Scar though, although I do have both of those. I do have both of those films. Trancers 3, my favorite Trancers film right there. The best one, got Andrew Robinson in it, guy from Dirty Harry, and of course, Hellraiser. Some of these are super cheap. Vice Versa for $3.98. Put out this one. I'm a huge fan of this movie. I saw it in theater. Mill Creek put this out. How did I not get this one? 2017, no wonder. But how did I not get it? I've been buying Mill Creek stuff for years. This is one of the better of the body swap films. There was like an era when like things are coming out like Big and Vice Versa and what's the one with like Charlie Slater and George Burns? I can't remember right now. But yeah, there's a bunch of these. I know. I think I just Slater one here actually. Shakes the Clown. There's a bit of a dark one. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Teen Titans. Oh, some Warner Archives. Oh, let me some Warner Archives. Word According to Garp is one of my favorites. I watched that movie so many times when I was young. I'm a huge fan of like Robin Williams and his films. I actually like Popeye. I really do, unironically. My favorite has always been The World According to Garp. I was a big John Irving fan. I read everything John Irving wrote. This is oldies.com, Matt. So oldies.com. You go to the top, hit sales, and then you go to Blu-ray, and you go right there. Freaky Friday. Yeah, Freaky Friday is the original Body Switch movie. But then again, they did the one later on with was it Lindsay Lohan or was that Hilary Duff? I can't remember. I get them confused. And of course, there was also the one that was done more recently that was a musical that I did not realize was a musical until I started watching it on Disney Plus. And all of a sudden, they started singing, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I like me some musicals, so I watched it anyway. For that one, Masters of Sex complete series. How much is that? Actually, not bad. Not super great on that one. From Beyond the Grave is a really good one though. Blu-ray. That I can definitely recommend. From Beyond the Grave is a really cool film. Ghost of Zorro. Josie and the Pussycats, man. I'm a big animation fan. How long is this sale for? I do not know. I'm not sure. Don't see it saying here. It's a clearance Blu-ray sale though. I'm not a big fan of Vampire Suck theatrical extended version. That's probably what I saw. Holy crap. Their movie. Not gonna lie, I actually really like this one. Lindsay Lohan, thank you, Wayne. Uh, but yeah, there's some like cheap ass movies there, guys. See, I'm a big fan of Midnight Movie. If you've never seen it, it's like kind of one of those that kind of flew under the radar, and it's a cool little film about these people that are going to watch this horror film, and the character gets out of the film and starts killing them, and to escape, they have to go into the film itself. It's actually pretty cool. Good killer design too. Some good gore in it. Been a while since I've seen it, but I remember liking it a lot back in the day. I like songwriter, so I'm a big Chris Christopherson fan. I love me some Willie Nelson. I got like 3 different versions of Blood and Chocolate, so I cannot find another edition of that. And it was on purpose, actually. I just ended up like with it. Like there's like one of those kind of crate digger sales, and I think I grabbed a copy, and my better half grabbed a copy for me, and we ended up with 2 copies. And I think got the next crate digger sale because they're like 25 cents for a movie, right? And these were like unopened too. I ended up getting another one. Whaley House. I think that's probably Daniel. Definitely not recommending Paul Blart. Say that right now. Wedding Crash, I did like that. Orphan's a really good film. Million%, I'm all about the Orphan. Sounds dark, but you know what I mean. Hostel, what's that? And Hostel Part Two. If you're a Hostel fan, we'll feature for $4.98. That's not bad, right? I love me some double features. Secret Invasion. I actually got this one. I bought this one for $1 actually. Brand new. Didn't open it until I packed it up. Puppet Master 2. Love me some Full Moon too. Small Apartments. Did I miss that one? I probably did. You remember the movie Good Neighbors? Anybody ever see the movie shot in Montreal called Good Neighbors? I remember I was flying back. Yeah, they did. I shoot a prequel to Orphan. I can't wait to see that, Jacob. I was flying back from the Montreal Comic Con, and as always, you watch the movie on the plane. So I watched Good Neighbors. I really, really liked it. I ended up like as soon as I got back, I found it, bought it right away. I've always been a big fan of that film. Vampire Journals. This is so for those that don't know, Vampire Journals is kind of a spin-off of the Subspecies series. So if you've never seen the Subspecies, if you see, of course, so if you've seen the Subspecies series with Radu, played by Anders Hove, then this he's got a small part in this, but this is kind of a spin-off of Subspecies. So if you've seen the Subspecies films, you're going to want to grab Vampire Journals. I remember initially the only place I could find that was like at my local Zellers, is no longer around, and they used to have like a kind of an end cap of like full moon titles. Working Fears is another full moon title. I actually kind of dig that. That's one for my better half. Little Women and Marie Antoinette. She owns both these films. If she didn't, I would get them for her. Because as much as she likes her action movies and stuff like that, and she'll swear on her action films, she does like watch these films. I probably watch more of those than she does. Subspecies are fun as hell, man. The first one's my favorite. I like the brother character, and he was killed off at the beginning of the second one. Spoiler alert for movies that are like 30 years old. We got the French edition of Scream 4. Scream 4 still underrated in my opinion. That's one thing me and Master Chaos did agree on. We got some Weed season 8. God, she's gorgeous. Weed season 3. We had a lot of Weeds here. I really like that show too. Death Race 3, straight to DVD. Heist Road Truckers. Not big on that type of show, but I know some people actually enjoy that stuff. Donnie Brasco, of course, great film. Human Weapons season 1. Didn't know that was a thing, but okay. Oh, that's like I'm gonna guess that's like a sort of like a reality type of thing, maybe. The more people like kind of like make weapons, become like we kind of make weapons of themselves. And, can you destroy this here house? SWAT the movie. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. I dug that film. I know get a lot of hate for that. Didn't like look at it. Whether you like this series or not, look, it's got Laura Vandervoort in it, and she is a beautiful, beautiful woman. That you can't deny that. Doctor Who. Who's the Doctor Who? Who's a Whovian here? Who's a Doctor Who fan? Like you guys, if you're watching my channel, you know I'm a Doctor Who fan. You know that I was going to go into acting, and Doctor Who got canceled the same year that I graduated from high school, and I went into journalism instead. If you're new here, that's something you know right now. A little bit of Aaron trivia. Puppet Master 3, or in other words, one of the best Puppet Masters, the best mainstream Puppet Master film. Evil Bong 666. 2 people left after I said I gave up acting to go into journalism. I didn't do journalism either, by the way. So I ended up doing something else completely. Grim Snow White. Decent stuff. I'm not going to go through too much more, though. Iron Man. Oh, I used to like that series, Iron Man Adventures. That's the younger Iron Man. Sort of. For those that don't know, there was like a Avengers event called the Crossing. It was very controversial, and one of the good things that Onslaught did was got rid of like what happened to the Crossing. So really quick, so what happens basically is Tony Stark starts like doing pretty nasty, mean things and ends up killing people and stuff like that, right? So what they have to do is they realize that Tony Stark has been taken, like Kang, Kang likes the time traveling guy. So basically, he's been messing with Tony Stark's mind, and has been doing it for like years. So they literally have to have a young version of Tony Stark, take him from like an alternate version of Tony Stark, like bring him into the future as a younger, more hot-headed kind of kid, basically, and have him take on Iron Man. So the Iron Man like dies, and this younger Iron Man takes over, and he really doesn't know how to handle it because he's still a young kid. So eventually, like onslaught happens, and it all gets like taken away anyway. But it was an interesting like thing. For those that don't know, I do comic videos too called Cult of Comics. I would very, very, very much appreciate if you check those out. Back when I was a computer Christian, those were fun. Although my dad loved that type of stuff. But hey, Warlock, welcome, man. It's got a pretty decent sale on here. There's been I've seen some neat stuff there. Got Puppmaster 4 here. You know where we haven't gone in a long time? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm taking you guys on a journey tonight. You guys have been awesome. I really appreciate like you guys sticking with me. I appreciate like the stickers. I appreciate everything, and I want to make sure you guys get to see. We're gonna look at all the cool stuff tonight. So we got some stuff. Hey, Master Chaos, my good friend and amazing channel, Master Chaos. I'm not sure if he's a Cisco to my Ebert or the Ebert to my Cisco, but either way, it works out. So I haven't been on this site in a while, so I do not know what is going on here. So I still kind of want this. So there's a baby Oopsie movie out. For those that don't know, there's like this. There was this series of films called Demonic Toys from the Superman movie from the Iron Man comic. What Superman movie? That's not in the movie. That's in the comic books. See, in the Superman comic, basically Superman is doing more like kind of space stuff, right? So his son John kind of is taken over to on Earth for a while he's gone up to do kind of more galactic type of stuff. On the Fisherman is here. Sergio Martino, first time on. Okay, yes. Hey, did you know this, man? That's the Chaos Man. Did you know this was out? I missed the Valentine's Day sale. Let us dive into the Autumn of the Fisherman. I actually dug this film back in the day. I think don't I have this on DVD though? I don't. This is not out on DVD. What do we got? Let's see. Let's get a description. Let's see if there's any features on here. All right. Joseph Cotton, right? Yeah, it's Joseph Cotton. Okay. Barbara Bach. I remember digging this film. We get like a bigger picture of this than this guy's. Come on. I'm not seeing any features on here. Drunk said, "Oh, nice." Screamers. Maybe I had it under Screamers. So I'm guessing this is kind of like it's been out, but not under this title, right? So is this a different cut of the film? Because was Screamers put up by like Scream Factory? Is that, or am I thinking of something else? You guys can let me know. So Baby Oopsie is from Demonic Toys. They're starting to do like spin-off of Code Red. Oh, thank you. I think I might have that. They're starting to do like spin-off stuff. So Blade got his own film from Puppet Master, and Baby Oopsie a whole year. Holy crap! I can understand why that would leave a messed up like taste in your mouth, man. Has anybody ever had their streaming service? I gotta ask that. I keep asking. Um, but has anybody ever had their streaming service? Like anybody? Does anybody know what their streaming service is? Like I know that we have one of the guys that writes for Delirium magazine, like pops up on here all the time. Really nice guy. Really cool looking magazine. I'd love to get some of the Delirium magazines. I've been trying forever to get it. I keep telling him I'll review them if he'll send me some. Was it decent? For years. Oh, nice. Because there's a lot of stuff there that I kind of dig, and the fact that if I had the bones, I'd probably like grab the year long and like get the get the is it the Puppet Master box set? Is that what they give you? Let's go back. I thought I saw that back there. I could be wrong. So Freaky Fun Whole Family. Feature Eyes on Mansion of the Doomed. Purchase an annual Full Moon Features streaming channel subscription and get a free 12 Blu-ray box set of Puppet Master. See, I need this. I forgot about my DVD. Is the book good, man? Because I got the Puppet Master films on like one DVD, like was it 2 or 3 DVDs? No, Warlock is in Canada, like me, Stondo. We are both of the Canadian persuasion. But he's in the fancy area of Canada. He's in Ontario. It's only so much full moon you can have, especially if you get on night where I'm eventually going to do. I'm going to do this one of these days. I am going to go on. I'm going to bite the bullet. Just Franco said, I'm not sure what the quality's like, but the films are good. If you like Just Franco, now you got to like Just Franco, but they're not something like that. Is all his greatest quality stuff. God, yeah, I'm gonna go through and do like the Evil Bong and Ginger Dead films one of these days. I'm gonna watch and review those. I will suffer for your pleasure. All of Me is such a good movie, Arch. I love that film. That's another one I saw in theater. I love me some Steve Martin. I'm a huge Steve Martin fan. Love Lily Tomlin. 9 to 5. Baller of a film. Love 9 to 5. And anyway, 9 to 5's got Franco. Don't worry, there's Franco coming. Franco is one of those white whale videos I've been waiting to do. And I've still got a lot of reading and watching when it comes to Franco. Have you tried anything since then? What much sleaze on there? No phone stuff. I'm not surprised, man. Are you saying you did not watch Baby Oopsie? The newer stuff I'm not big on, man. Didn't they put out like some films that were not the greatest? That's the thing. I'm worried about like what's on there. Like I know there's other companies on there, right? Yeah. I actually think Trauma tries more nowadays still than Full Moon does sometimes. But then again, I've met Lloyd. Lloyd is a sweetheart. But I've never met Charles Band. Is it that bad? I haven't even seen a trailer to it. I can't watch it on here now, obviously. Like I get, I'm going to get demonetized enough as it is. I don't need them to look back and say we're going to demonetize other stuff now. Let's look at their Blu-ray DVD box sets while I'm here. Nazi Bastards and Bombshells 5 DVD slimline set. Hey, how you doing? Are you meowing? Oh, my kitty cat, Mr. Hubert, Mr. Meow Meow. I heard a meow there. I'm not sure if you guys could hear or not. Like I have not been able to get through like a Ginger Dead movie yet without like really really struggling. That's been a struggle for me. That's been the biggest struggle for me. See, I like that Jess Franco said it looks really sexy, but $90 is a lot for that. That's like a lot of movie money for that, right? Like I'm not the only person thinking that, right? Old man oopsie. Quick make flicks look. But definitely dig their stuff. Angel Eyes, Monique Gabriel. I'm all about this right here. I got this on DVD. I would love to upgrade this one. This is the cover I got too. Eric Estrada in Angel Eyes. We got features on this one. Yes, we do. You always see Transfer, Angel Eyes blooper reel, original theatrical trailer, original Night Owl Theater episode, Night Owl Theater. I actually might have these featurettes on my DVD, but this is Blu-ray, man. See, MakeFlix. MakeFlix is a company. They're like a smaller company, and I'm always about supporting the smaller guys, man. We're doing. Look at this. We're donating 20% of all sales to help Ukraine. That's freaking awesome. Like support the hell out of these guys. Not only do they put a lot of really cool indie stuff and like stuff from like companies, like a lot of actual you see stuff that's limited edition or stuff that's kind of weird and wacky. And people are always saying things. They always come on and say like, "Oh man, they made another remake of this movie. They made another reboot." And I'm getting tired of the remakes. I'm getting tired of the reboots. And there's all this stuff on here. There's all this indie horror and cool little stuff and different things. And people are going out there and doing their own stuff and just bringing their films that were on like DVD or VHS back in the day, bring them back on the Blu-ray, bring them on there, putting it soundtracks, putting it like comics and stuff like that. And MakeFlix does that. MakeFlix is a really cool company. I would love to have the guy from MakeFlix on here, actually. JR Bookwater. I love the style of the covers that they do. I mean, it's very comic booky. I'm a big comic book fan. You guys know that. Um, Got in my Black Friday package for my last order. See, I just they seem to be pretty good when it comes to that. Like obviously, when it comes, let them know. You probably, I'm sure you have that. See, that's that kind of like I get it. I mean, like people do that. Like that. That's what you call like people that are like back in the day, Cinematech. Uh, I there were you get people that would like come in and like would like room collecting. Like they would go in like there's a whole baseball card, sports card market, right? So sports card market was a big thing, it was a big deal. And then a bunch of like speculators came in and they flooded the market. They bought everything, bought all the flares, the tops, the ultras. They just started buying up everything, grabbing everything they could, putting packs together, like artificially like rising the market and the amount that was there. So what happens eventually when you get too many speculators coming into a marketplace is the bottom drops out. So the bottom drops out, and then all of a sudden, like some of the companies that were doing okay before, because they've had to like amp their production and amp up like what they're doing because of the speculator marketplace, are left in a really bad place with a lot of inventory and a lot of overhead that they really can't afford, and then you get a lot of companies that end up like going under. Same thing happened when it came to the as soon as the sports card marketplace, the bottom fell out, that image came around, and the speculators went from the sports card right into comic books, and so they started buying everything comic wise, and the companies would come out with like chromium covers and like new number one issues and limited editions and all this type of stuff, and lenticular covers and all that type of thing, to the part where it just deluged the marketplace so much that the comic industry, like the bottom fell out of that. Speculators really ruin the market. That's my talk on that. I'll do a video one of these days on the whole like history of the speculator market and stuff like that. So Full Moon just fulfilled the missing pieces. I could keep the one item they sent two of. Yes, there is an Angel Eyes. A cool little. It's a Gary Graver one, man. We got Bloodletting here, which I'm pretty sure is Bookwater, if I remember this one, because I used to have the DVD of this. One with the 2003 soundtrack CD. And look, there's a ton of new features on there too. So 2021 restored feature and 4:3 original aspect ratio, which is 1:3. We've got a DTS 5.1 surround mix on here. 2022 commentary with star James L. Edwards, executive producer J.R. Bookwater, moderated by Tempe historian Ross Snyder from Saturn's Core. We're at Makeflix now, but yes, they did used to have a trunk. You got 24 years of Bloodletting, cast remembers, location tour. Just the small ones there. We got a Building a Better Bloodletting, original edit, behind the scenes. We got a 1997 original VHS version. Oh, that's kind of cool. A new VHS 2022 commentary. A Vimeo on-demand streaming like copy of it. Really cool. Thank you, Warlock. I was pretty sure it was, but you actually nailed it for me. If you have never ordered from like Makeflix before, I strongly recommend this company. They do a lot of, especially if you're tired of just seeing the same old over and over again, and you want to see some different stuff, want to see some indie stuff, want to see some unique stuff, then you're going to find it over here on. And I got no association, just to go put that out there right now. I've never even spoke to J.R. Bookwater, but if he wants to get associated with my channel, I would truly appreciate that. But no, I like, in all seriousness, I dig this stuff. Like, I dig this lower budget stuff. This is my bag, man. Chickboxer, Galaxy of the Dinosaurs. Do I dig that? Yes. And here we got like some stuff by we got the Camp Blood stuff here. So Sterling himself, Dave Sterling. So Dave Sterling is guy's an indie guy. He goes in, does this stuff, like super low budget, super passionate about it. That's a quality film. It depends on the film. I'm gonna be bluntly honest. It's strange. Uh, when it comes to a lot of this stuff here, like, they do the best that they can. Some of this stuff was shot for video. So you got to understand, like, some of this stuff is going to come in with maybe not like the pristine light you're going to see with certain things on, but they definitely do the best stuff that they can. But Sterling also did like Empire of the Apes, The Occultist. There's Things, which is I think that's kind of a axe grinder. I did not mean to hit on that, but cool nonetheless. Film Detective. Have I ever looked at Film Detective on here before? Let's do a quick one. But I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you have never checked out and you like horror and you like kind of exploitation, check out Makeflix. Let them know that I told you to go there too. Let them know I exist. So Black History Month, we got some stuff coming up for that. That's actually kind of cool. I kind of dig that. Oh, we got some good Monster from Green Hell. Oh my God, I love this film. Jim Davis from Dallas is in this. Amazon. There you go for that one. All right. Monster from Green Hell is here. So I don't actually have a store so much as he got like they link you to yeah, they recently put out, I think Showed off the Sherlock Holmes one. I gotta check. Frankenstein's Daughter, Dancing Pirates. Frankenstein's Daughter is a lot of fun, man. Giant from the Unknown. Ega. Arch Hall Jr. himself. So if anybody has ever watched like Mystery Science Theater, then you know the gloriousness of an Arch Hall Jr. film. His dad wanted to make him the next Elvis. It did not work out that way, but his dad definitely did. And Ega is like one of the ones. So who plays Ega? Why, it's Jaws himself, actually. So yeah, it's Richard Keel and Ega. So but we have the great Hartshaw Jr. there as well. Oh, nice. The Make Flick package was sent out last week. Let me know how it goes, man. But with that being said, and going at 2 hours and 11 minutes, I think we've had a good night. I think we've looked at some decent stuff and got to go around and check out a bunch of things on here. Do you love it because the Archel Jr.'s amazing singing? Is that it? Is that the reason for it? Golden Ninja, you mean, right? Let's do that really quickly before I go. Because they put out some super cool stuff as well. Should be new releases first. We'll sign up for the email afterwards. Metal Detective Maniac. I super love that this they're the Canadian. I did not know they were Canadian, actually. This is done like a Hardy Boys novel. So if anybody's ever read those old school Hardy Boy books, oh my God, this is freaking awesome. I'm digging this, man. It's black and white. She got married. So just head on the releases really quickly. Looks like they got an Indiegogo going on right now. Let me just check that out really quickly. Then we're going to end this one here for the night. Just some other Indiegogo stuff. Odin. I want the Odin so bad, guys. But I'll tell you what. Another night we'll come in here. We'll look through Golden Ninja. We'll give them their due, and we'll check them out. And we'll check out some other sites that we haven't checked out as much. I'll be on here Tuesday, so we'll be looking at the announcements from Vinegar Syndrome. Let's get a film scanner. They hit their yes, thank God. I'm glad they did. I am Aaron. Welcome to the Call to Cinema. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for your stickers, your super chats. This has been an amazing night. We've got to look through a lot of different stuff, and you guys have been incredible. It's been a blast. I'm wearing my my shirt, my Lucha Vulture shirt right here tonight, and I'll tell you right now, there is always another movie. Do you know what? There's not another you. There's one of you. So treat yourself well. Be kind. Pay it forward to others. It will pay off. And you are all appreciated. Have a fantastic night. And I will see you soon right here in the Call to Cinema. If I don't see you before, I'll see you on Tuesday. And we will look at the Vinegar Syndrome announcements. And hopefully we get to ooh and ah and be in shock over stuff that we did not realize was coming out. We'll see you soon. Have a fantastic night, guys. It has been a blast.